Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So, dare I say, diversions. If you have a look at the oscillators here, you can see slowly starting to point to the top while we are still dropping lower. There are also buyers coming in, and that's indicated by these tails at the moment. So, I just want to drop down or get up to the weekly, and we just have to clear this chart quickly. Give me a sec. Right, so same scenario as what we have on the S&P. The only difference is we are below the swing low here. And you can see we had a weekly close below it, and that is, we can say, head and shoulders, that little shoulder there, massive head, and then a big shoulder here. Or you could just call this an inverse cup and handle. It doesn't really matter what you want to call it. The point is you've come to an area of very strong support, which was this previous high of 2019 before the COVID fallout. So we've come down to test that area. We've erased the whole of last year's gains, basically. Nothing here is bullish at the moment. We've got a crossover of our moving averages. We are below the 155 EMA. Now, if we start dropping below this area that we are in now, watch out below. We've got gaps below as targets. We've got a measured move of roughly 7,000 points, or another 23% fall in the market. So roughly 7,000 points down there. So that's just above the gap here. So pay very close attention to this level that we're at now. This is very significant at the moment. So let's just get to the levels that we're looking at today. Nothing really on the 8-hour. We have a pin bar there. We've got a bit of an inside bar forming here. It's a gap up inside bar. I'm not going to pay too much attention to it because it is after hours. If we look at this on the 3-hour, you can see a bit of a pin bar that we drop below it, so that's eradicated. And then we have an inside bar here. And with a long tail to the upside, that's often an indication of a bullish bit of structure starting to form. Trend is still down. So I am still looking to short off key areas. So that's the first area. That is at 29,994. Probably round that off to 30,000. That's the first area that I would definitely be paying attention to. So you can see that's quite far away from where we are now. This area here at 29,667 has been rejected sort of 3 times, twice yesterday, and then once sort of at the close on Friday. Look at my oscillators heading to the top. Does it look like it's going to get to this area? It doesn't really look like that, does it? Looks like another visit to the top here for a rejection back down. So, moral of the story here is quite simple. Get down to your 15-minute charts during the US Open and pay very close attention to this level. Now, the fact that we are in between the moving averages here means stay away. Don't bother with this. It can go either way. So what we're looking for is either rejection up here, and we're looking for pretty textbook stuff. So you can see there's a nice big juicy engulfing bar off structure. So that was my level. There's my signal bar. Jump in short, stop up there, and you're looking for the next level. The next level was pretty much down over there, which is a swing low there. And you can see we popped below it. Basically just picked up that swing low there, and then we saw price action forming here, another engulfing bar, move back to the upside. Anyway, it would have been tough, but there was definitely 1 or 2 trades. This was another trade here that you could have looked at as well, all with the trend down. The difference for today is we could have a potential crossover here. So that would mean we have a potential trend reversal on the 15-minute, looking for either a break of 29,667 or alternatively a rejection of that area back down. So we do have a range, and I think that's the important thing that you need to look at here. We do get above 29,667, find support. Here's your next target. It's more than likely the range height. I'm not going to draw it in. It's clear as daylight if you look at those levels I've given you. So that is 29,995 or around 30,000. If you just move this around to one of the other tails here, just do it like that. There's a double swing low, that's 30,000. pretty much on the nail. So that's kind of my view that I have at the moment. It's we are ranging. If we do break the structure to the upside and find support, there is another move up here. That's going to be a 15-minute trade. Keep your stops really tight. As soon as you get the opportunity to get stop to entry, get stop to entry and start trailing the stop up. I would expect a rejection up here, and that's the area where I'd be looking for short. So I'd be looking to go short again up here for another attempt to break below this weekly level. And bear in mind, it has broken already. We've had a Friday close below, well, not close below, but we dipped below it, we came back, and then we had a close yesterday below that level. So this is your weekly level here. So I am of the opinion we still have another bit of bad news coming, I think. Some kind of catalyst which is going to trigger a big move to the downside. And that big move, I mean, I know I've given you the weekly level, but if you just go back to the weekly and you look at these tails here, so you've got a tail over here which could offer some support as well. We're a little bit down, but I would argue that that's probably a better area to target, which would close the gap as well. So that would be around 28 to 88. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. I don't see this reversing just yet. I don't see anything glaringly obvious that we're going to go up or down at the moment either. But definitely looking at this area for a rejection. Alternatively, lower time frame, if you're getting a rejection off the top of the range, it's well worth taking it. You're in the downtrend. Give yourself a half decent stop loss. So kind of like a 200-point stop loss. And what you're going to be looking for first is this gap close. That's around 335 points. But if you start dropping below the gap and you start taking out the low of yesterday, like we took out the low of Friday, then I would expect a little bit of a bigger move to the downside. Anyway, that's kind of the plan of action for today. So pay very close attention. I think you've got some pretty good structure that's starting to form here for a move either way, to be honest. But obviously we're going to favor the shorts because it is with the trend. Hope that helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.